right, so everybody's ready?
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
So I know we did introductions, but from the Pacesetter side, can we go through the roles and the name of who's going to be assisting on the project as far as information or answering questions that we may have?
Sure. Yeah, so Rory here. I guess I'm kind of like, I guess would be like the tech lead over here for everything that's like how these requests are going to come in. Either it looks like by email is kind of how we're aiming right now. And then we'll also be probably building the thing that will consume whatever files come out of Compass and send them back to the guys in the field or whatever clients want them or however we decide to do all that.
Okay.
So I kind of cover all of how the app's going to work, and Darian's the guy that knows how the environment is set up that this is all hosted in.
Okay.
Or at least the Compass side.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. So those are the points of contact and team members from your side. So from the Landmark side, it's going to be Vivian's going to be obviously she's the North America Drilling Practice Manager. She's going to be managing the project itself from day to day. Misael Santana is a developer, part of the understands the data. John Dugai is going to be assisting with writing the code for moving the reports using the Outlook macro. Jerry Codling, obviously, he's our Compass SME. He is responsible for creating the patch that's going to be a part of being able to pull and consume that data back into Compass. So we'll put a list of, once we finish the call today, we'll put a list of everybody that's involved in the project and what their role is in a little bit more detail. And how everything is, going to fit together. So we'll follow up with, meeting notes to our call today. Okay, so obviously we all introductions are out of the way, and now we're back online. So from Pacesetter's perspective, so if you guys, I'm going to go ahead and just go back down to. And just kind of asked you guys to go through your current workflow, and obviously we know what your pain point is, and why we're here, which is to automate the survey reporting. So that's the end result, is to have that automated so that the data from the rig site, when it's coming in the format it's coming in now, that it is comes through. Through Outlook, whatever, and then it's pushed over into Compass, and then that report is automatically generated out. So if we can kind of start with what the current workflow is, just so we understand all the pieces, and then we'll get to the to-be workflow and understand each of the pieces. I know you guys are also going to be developing some on your side as well. So just so we all understand what role and who's going to be doing what, and what pieces are going to be developed on top of each other. So I guess we can just hand back over to you, Daniel, and if we can kind of just go through the current workflow as it is today.
So as of now, we'll get normal reports from the field in the morning, manually kind of double check them, make sure everything looks okay, manually upload them to Compass, like normal reports, manually do the annotations, and then obviously, again, manually spit out the reports, attach them to the email, insert the plot, which obviously we create, and create an email and send them to the client is the current workflow.
Okay. So that's
pretty standard across the board for most companies operating that way.
Right. So that's about 7 steps that you're going through right now just to get that report from the rig site into the office, into the database, back out and out to the partners, correct?
Yeah, sounds all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So going forward, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the diagram, and I know this And what I want to talk about here, I think I want to talk step by step and get Jerry, because he's probably more knowledgeable because he's working on the tool, but going through the diagram that we had put together on the recommendations and understanding which piece needs to be developed and who's going to be responsible for that, and just so that we have the information we need to start going forward. So obviously the prep work, Jerry's been working on the I don't want to call it a hot fix, it's a patch. So he's been working on a patch that's going to do the piece for running the macro where it pulls it in and then back into Compass, and then there's going to be a piece that generates that out to the partners. So starting, I'm going to let Jerry kind of go through this process, and then if we can kind of stop at the piece where Pacesetter's going to have some involvement in what you guys are creating, and then just go from there. So Jerry, you want to go ahead and talk to the diagram, and we'll start. If we have any questions, we'll stop you. So that obviously this is a working session. If there's any questions anybody has, or we don't understand something, or we're not going in the right direction, just let us know, because this is the time to try to get all the details right, so that we can move forward and get this done as quickly as possible for you guys.
Okay, Mr. Jerry. So presumably when you have a job, you're either drilling whole well or the horizontal. You have a well plan. You've probably got the well planner is expected to have created a WPC file, which sort of embodies the plan versus actual, even if the actual doesn't exist yet. So there's some prep work required for each job, which you likely already do anyway to prepare the plots. A survey doesn't need to exist as a destination. The survey from the import file will acquire the name of the import file. It will, so somehow or other, through Prime or through email, a text file exists. The Compass command line can take that text file. You can either use keys or names to get at the destination data in the EDM database, or I just created the mechanism where you use the wellbore UWI, and it identifies the wellbore to place the survey into. So how that attachment email, something will run Compass command line on the importer. It will have associated file and location. Compass will import it. If there are annotations at the end of each survey line, it will create annotations associated with that survey. You can do projections onto the survey or as part of the export. You can, it's only doing one type of projection, which is back to plan using a specified dogleg severity. So it does a distance to the bit and then back to plan. The only place it won't work is the final 100 meters or so of the wellbore, and then it won't add a projection because it can't get back to the plan, or depending on your distance. Then as part of Compass command line, so an outside program, whether it's Outlook macros or something else, can run Compass command line. It can be done in the same command as the import, so it can be almost synchronous. And then we can generate text file output from a CEF file. We can build a plot from into a PNG file from a ball plot composer file, and we can generate any of the standard reports, including anti-collision reports. And then those are